And as you can see, they are already coming in, and there are plenty of people gagging to take a look at everything that Spiel has to offer, as are we. So we can get on with it. Welcome to So Play We All at Spiel 2023. IceMix has become one of my favorite companies because they have something amazing, which is variety, quality, and amazing people, as in really fantastic people. Isaac, Terrascape has been brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. I mean, you sent me the game, I played it with my friends, and we were all, yeah, it needs a few rules tweaks, but it is solid.
Yeah.
Solid. And then exploded in Kickstarter. How long were you designing Terrascape?
Okay, so I think the original ideas has been like 4 to 5 years ago already. So Jeffrey is the designer. He really loves watching horror movies. So he really wants to put the same experience into the board games. So that's why when he designed the games, he always thinks of the horror movie experience. So he just thinks that, oh, maybe it's interesting for someone who would like to be the killer.
Yeah.
And other will be the survivors. And then so you can just be one of the actors into the horror movie, no matter it is the killer side or the survivor side. Yeah.
But the thing is, you went full sail with the production, because at the beginning I thought, this is too much. But it isn't. I mean, I thought when I first started with the game, I thought, well, you could just have a screen. Why having to set up the whole thing? But then you use it very cleverly to do the dice tower, to put all the cards, for everything.
Yeah.
How many iterations did it take to get that right? Because some cannot have been easy.
Yeah, it took like 1 to 2 years, because we really want to have an immersive gameplay. So sometimes we just need to have some crazier components. So thanks to our teammate Herman, who is very good at the 3D software, something like that, and then he just designed all the stuff. And then it took like 1 year or 2 years as well.
Impressive. Now, there is something else about your company that I find very interesting, and is the enormous variety of games that you have. Because Terrascape is a very complex, very cleverly designed hide and seek game, whereas Alien, something shiny, it's a complete departure from that, inheritors to something altogether completely different. How do you choose what games to do? Because you don't seem to be specializing in a particular genre.
Yeah, so as I said, Jeffrey is a person who really like putting the experience of his other enjoyment, for example, like movies or video games or just music. He has a lot of different inspirations, okay? Because in our company, all of our games are designed by Jeffrey.
Yeah.
So because he's the guy who really loves doing different things, so actually different inspirations just come up, and then we just want to put different enjoyment in the different games. Yeah. So.
But the things that he seems to be able to get it right every time. Because of all the games that you send me that I have played, there isn't a bad experience. All of them, and I love that some of the small games that you send. They have a lot of game inside. They are not. They might be small, but they are not small games. So that is quite an achievement.
Yeah.
And now you're taking away from all that to come to Epochs, Course of Cultures, which is going to be the next game that you're going to be bringing to Kickstarter. This is completely different. What is this all about?
Okay. One of our first game is Age of Civilizations. We actually did something crazy, so we would like to put a civilization game into the small box. But now we are confident enough to do something bigger. So this one is the real civilization game, a 4X civilization game. So so you can see that there's a lot of things going on here. But let's start with the civilizations. So each player will be one of the civilizations. So you can see that here we have 6 of them. But in the final versions, we will plan to have 10 to 11 civilizations in the base game. And you will play as one of the civilizations throughout the whole journey. So it will like in 3 epochs. So from the ancient time to modern, to medieval times and to the modern time. Okay. So one of the interesting part is that the invention card. Each player will get a hand of 6 invention cards each turn. So you can see that on the invention card there are some abilities and also some resources bonus here. So when it's your turn, you can play the invention card here. Okay. So you can unlock different abilities as well. And also later in the game, when you play Epochs 2 inventions, you do not cover the old card. You leave the previous effect as well. So in the invention part, there's a little bit like a engine building stuff. So at the end, you will have 9 inventions with your own combos. Okay. And also other than the invention card, there is a lot of different things going on here. So you can do a bunch of different action as well. For example, you can see that there is a map here. Okay. So you can do something like expanding your territories because at the end of the game, each cube worth 1 victory point. And also you can like build some cities to gain more victory point as well. And then if you can feed them, because your people need food, right? If you can feed them, they will bring you benefits every epochs, okay? And also you can build wonders as well. Because we all know that in a civilization game, you must have wonders, right? Yes. So when you build wonders, you can have more power as well. And also some bonus on the victory points or more cubes you can use. And also you can see that there is some troops here because in the game there is a war aspect as well. So at the end of your turn, you can fight others.
Okay.
Yeah, you can have war with others. So for example, I am the green player. I can fight the land here. I can fight the yellow player. Okay, so they will compete each other using their units. Each player will have 1 main unit and 1 support unit. Okay, so you can see that there is a combat power here.
Yeah.
This is the basic value of that combat. Okay, but more than that, we also need to roll dice based on the advantage. Okay. For example, the archer, he has 0 combat power, but he has an advantage in defensive battles. So for example, I have been attacked by somebody else, but I have the archers. I can throw an extra dice, and then I can add the resource. I can add the result into the combat power. So why we decide like that? Because we do not want the people to calculate everything. Okay. Because in real life war, there's always some unexpected events, yes. Like so that you can have some base value here. You can get a brief feeling of how strong is your army, but there's always some dice to add on to add something random into it. So it's just like simulating the real life war as well. And also, you can see that here is your government form track. Yep. You can upgrade your government form to unlock some new abilities, just like the technology tree in Age of Civilization, Age of Galaxy. And also, there's one very important thing is the civilization itself. We decided that civilizations that they have 4 different abilities. During the game, you can unlock 2 of them, but each of them are having different play style. So we would like to give the freedom for the player to enjoy the civilizations and then to become the version of civilization they would like to be. For example, the Mongolia, in real life history, they are very aggressive, right? But actually, in my version of Mongolia, I can choose some abilities that are not that aggressive.
Okay.
So that's what I mean. So you can be the civilizations you want, and also the version of the civilization you want.
Okay.
So it's quite different from other civilization game because some civilization game they only provide 1 to 2 abilities, so it will direct your play style much. But now we provide a lot of different choice, so you can be the version of like China or like Greek you want. Yeah. So we think that is quite nice thing into the game.
I agree.
Yeah, and I have covered like most of them already. So yeah, so you guys will have a brief understanding for the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see a tracking here that we haven't spoken about yet. What
Yeah.
is that track for?
Okay, so one of the actions is that you can do an academic research. For example, I can pay one science research, science resource to move it upward. And then I can choose one of these rewards. Okay, so a little touch of you can get some bonus resources there, or you can gain some culture point here. Because at the end of the game, each culture point you have, you will have the equal number of victory points. For example, at the end of the game, I have 20, then I have 20 victory points already.
Okay.
And also the culture point is actually quite important because you can see that there's an icon here in 2 and 8 and 14 is to unlock the government form. For example, if you don't have 14 cultures, you cannot be these 3 highest level government form. Okay. Yeah, and also if you are the player with the most culture points, you will get the great art of war, great word of art. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you know that in a country with more cultural background, they will have more like writers or like the painter or like artists, something like that. So they will get this kind of stuff, and then at the end of the game, if you have more of these, you will get more points. Yeah.
How does the game end?
Okay, so as I said, we will play through 3 epochs. So at the end of the 3rd epoch, the game will end, and then each player will count their own victory points to see who is the most powerful leaders amongst the players.
Okay. What would you say is, apart from the fact that you can make whatever you want from each civilization, which I think that is a really sweet spot.
Yeah.
What would you say makes this game unique compared with other civilization games? What makes it special for you?
Yeah. So I think one of the things is that just like what I said, you can be the version of that civilization you want. Because we really, as I said, Jeffrey is a person who really focus on experience. Like we would like to give the best experience for the players. So when we enjoy other civilization games, we always think that I really like to be a version of the civilization. We really would like to take over the civilization and do the real things I want. So we really want to give the freedom for the player who can play with their own style of the civilization. So we think that this is one of the most unique part of this game apart from other civilization games.
I like the sound of that. When is it meant to be coming to Kickstarter?
Okay, it should be like March or April next year.
Okay. So there's still a way to still some time to refine and polish a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah, because this is a quite complicated game.
Yeah.
So we always want to get the feedbacks from the players and also from reviewers like you guys. So yeah, so we will gather some comments and then also polish the game a bit, and also maybe upgrade some artworks or upgrade something else as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so we would like to perfect our games and then to present it in the best way in next year.
Well, to be honest, looking at how well Terrascape turned up, I think people can be very safe that this is going to be an absolutely amazing game, to be honest.
Yeah, thank you.
And going back very quickly to Terrascape, what else are you going to be doing between now and April? Do you have any other releases prepared? Any more games that you're going to come out with? What's happening in your company?
Okay. Yeah, so I would say the first thing we need to do is to fulfill Terrascape, right? Because the production has just finished, and now it's time for us to get busy with the fulfillment stuff. And so it would take like 1 to 2 months already. And then later on, we would like to do more game testing on this game, Epochs, to make sure everything is balanced and also everything is fun to play. And also we are developing something else as well. So for example, for Terrascape, as you said, we are so happy that it's quite a success in the market. And then we are actually designing more characters, more killers. Yeah, so it's still a very early stage, so I would say maybe there's an expansion of it.
Good.
Or even a season 2, yeah.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Isaac, thank you very much indeed. It's been absolutely wonderful meeting you at last.
Yeah.
After the many emails and the videos and everything. Humans, please do take a look. Take a look at the rest of the games, because believe me, they are incredibly well worth it. And in the meantime, if you have any questions about this game or any other for that matter, leave them in the video description, the comments section of the video. I will be more than happy to answer them as soon as we possibly can. Meanwhile though, keep an eye on the channel, because a lot more interviews are coming very, very soon. Take care.
Yeah. Bye.